Alright, welcome back, guys. I went and filled up my pockets a bit, and we now have some stuff and things. And I also built this down here for our steel beams and our iron plates eventually to come in, because we're going to have our processing area. Well, I'm kind of rethinking it. I'm thinking this wall is going to come down and over here, and we're going to do the processing here. But I'm not 100% sure on that. I may just do it. I don't know. Anyways, we need to get the sulfur out of here, and we need to get the water out of here. And I know eventually I'm going to want to do the reclaim the water thing like I typically do. So we're going to go ahead and put that into a tank there. And I haven't even looked at the numbers to see how fast this is going to go. For right now, we're just going to use one of these containers to hold our sulfur. One thing I do need to do is run power over to this area, which I have not done as of yet. So let's go ahead and start running our electric poles over here from the main part of the factory. And we actually gotta go up here a little ways to get to where we actually have power. Because none of this stuff has power. There we go. So that'll be our power line running over to there. We can change out our pump jacks if we choose to electric ones, which I don't know that I'm going to worry about doing that, at least currently. Maybe when we get to modules, because I completely don't remember if these can take modules or not, but we may want to put productivities or speeds or something in them at some point. Yeah, these can't take modules, so these will be fine for now until we actually need the modules, and then we can change over to that then. So now that we've got power over here, which we so could have just hooked up a heat exchanger over here, but I chose not to. Yeah, let's go ahead and just run this right up through the middle here. And then that will take care of getting our sulfur out of here. As long as this keeps moving, I won't have to worry about setting up another one. And I don't think we're going to have to worry about it. Eventually this will, probably all have to change. But for right now, it should be fine. So we want to make explosives. So we're going to have to run our water in from our tank here. And then we're going to run the sulfur up from right here. And that'll go in right there. And then we need coal as well, which I'll just run onto that same belt, and that will give us our explosives, which I'm again going to make a container for. And we need to get heat now into this, which I did kind of mess up and put that there, right at where that heat needs to come out of there. And I actually don't have enough iron on me currently to make enough of those to get up there. I can't bring it up through there. This is actually going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm thinking that we might just make one of these. Let me run back over here. It's not that far. I don't need to grab the train for this. And just make a regular chemical plant for this one. Get through these trees here. Alright, let's grab some of these. And then we need some electric motors, which we should be making right up here. There they are. Except because these are still all steam machines, I can't get through there. There we go. Just make one of those, and we'll just use an electric one for this. A lot of these chemical plants are probably going to get changed over to electrical. Anyways, I'm thinking I'm going to keep the two things that definitely need to be, because, well, I don't have an option, but I would still keep the distillation and the oil refinery on heat. But I'm thinking that the chem plants, we may end up just changing out to electric anyways. So there we go. There's our first regular chemical plant, and we're now making our explosives. Now, we're going to need, let's see, one of these. I'm guessing like this will work. We're going to need the explosives is in which one of these? I can never find explosives. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, wait a minute, not explosives, cliff explosives. Holy crap. Okay, cliff explosives. Then we need grenades on one side, and we need barrels on the other side, which we do actually have now. And I went ahead and grabbed a whole bunch of steel and iron. And we can go ahead and do this. That'll bring our coal up. And we'll just use a fast one there. And we're probably not going to need the fast one for the... Yeah, we can change this one and that one to regular ones. And then this here, that'll start putting the explosives in. And that'll get our cliff explosives done. And I'm just going to make a regular chest for that. And this is going to be mighty slow. I'm going to go ahead and put that there, which means I can get rid of both of them. And cliff explosives are going to be slow, so we shouldn't need to get either of these any faster. But that gives us our cliff explosives. So now we can start blowing things up. And we will bring the parts in for that probably down into this area, but I'm still not 100% that's the way this is going to work. We do need to set up a strong box here, and that's going to be for the coal coke. So there is our coal coke out of there. Now the coal coke, coal coke, we can make into coal coke pellets. 3 MJ to 18 MJ. 3 times 5 is 15. So that's going to give us an extra coal coke basically. And it has no use for that other than using it as fuel. We can crush it, which we use for our steel, and we can eventually use it to make other things. And then we can also use that with our heavy oil eventually to break down kerosene. So right now it's just going to go in the store box. And because coal is 4, coal coke is 3, we actually lose burn value by changing it into coal coke, so it wouldn't do us any good to use it this way. If we did 5 of these, it would be 20 MJ, and if we turn this into here, it would be 18. So it would still burn less, even if we got the extra 3 from the pellets. So it's actually completely useless to burn that for coke or for power or heat or anything else. So our best bet is to either store this over here for when we use it for breaking down the heavy oil, or we send it back over to steel production and we use it for making our steel. Alright, and with the amount of these guys that we have, we are not using that up anywhere near as quick as what we could and what we probably should. They're not able to run full time. Our plastic is at least now running, and we're getting a bit of light fuel and a bit of heavy fuel ahead. Now the light, if we go back over here, we can break that straight into petroleum gas. I want to look at solid fuel real quick because this actually gives us a vehicle acceleration and top speed. And so we can use 10 light, 30 residual, 20 petroleum, 20 heavy. And we can't break heavy down too light at all. Oh, there we go. So we have to break heavy into kerosene, and then we can turn kerosene into light if we want, which would be 50 to 40 and then 40 to 30. So it would be 50 to 30 would be our conversion rate from heavy to light. And that's 20 for the solid, 10 for the light. So we'd actually be better off, efficiency-wise, to use our light oil directly for making the solid, and then turning the heavy, just cracking that all the way down for the petroleum, and then using whatever light we need here to go ahead as well, but using the light to make the solid fuel would be better than using any of the other ones, from what I can tell. And that's usually the way it works in Minecraft, is you're better off to use light fuel for the solid fuel. It's more efficient. So I'm going to go ahead and make... Now I'm wondering if I want to do these with the heat-based ones. We can put modules in the heat-based. The same amount we can put in these. And it does go all the way up to the Gauss modules. So we absolutely could do that if we want. But I'm wondering, I think I want to do a little bit of a change to things down here. Let's look at, let's go back to the residual here. So 55 turns into 45. 45 turns into 35. 35 turns into 25. Okay, so these are exactly perfect. These run the same amount out, as long as the timing is exactly the same, which I'm guessing it would be 5, 5, 5, 5. Yeah. So these are going to be exactly the same. So I need to figure out how I want to do more of these, because we don't have speed modules to put in them currently. So we're going to have to make more of them. And because we have the fluids come out up here, let me switch that off of the pots for a moment. So if I do this, let's say we do it like this, and we have our pipe come in here, so this would be like that, and we'd have our main pipe come in from over there somewhere, we could literally do this like we do a chemical plant or something like that, and set these up stacked like that, and then have the fluids come out over here kind of like this, and then the same thing basically. And if we just copy this, put it there, and then that would give us our fluids out over here. So then we could literally just take this again and just put it up here. And because of the way it works, we don't have to worry about a fluid going into there. We could put it that close. So that means we could even bring this part then down, so it would go there, and then we could bring this part actually up and go right there, and that's how tight we could have it. Now, the one thing with doing that is we need heat into these, so the question then is, are we going to do the solar thing to heat them? If so, we'd have to have the solar pretty close to it, which would mean we'd be limited on the amount of mirrors we could have, because we would probably only have 1/2 of the mirrors working. Or the other option is to use solid heaters. If we do this, like that, where is a, give me one of these. If I put that right there, which we could then do another one here, and we could do another one here. Take those out of there. I don't know that we would need all three. Probably from the amount that this is, the speed that that's burning, we would probably want one for each of them. So then we'd want to put another one down like here at the bottom of it, which I'd want to get in there correctly. But then we could just run this up along the side, and that would take care of that. Yeah, I'm thinking this will be a nice way of setting it up. We've got everything already auto-crafted over there to make these, so it won't be difficult to set up to auto-craft those. So I think in between episodes, I'm going to work on changing this area over a bit. I don't think I'm going to move this initial area until we can get the fluids out of these tanks. We'll probably just decommission this and let it cool off. The lubricant one, we may honestly just run the lubricant back over, or I might do a little bit of I'll probably use a pump it out of there, pump it into a tank. But I think this is what we're going to end up doing. And we will definitely be staggering all of these. So, like, it'll be there, there, and there, instead of being in a straight line like we have it here. Because we definitely want it to be staggered. Like this. That way we're not getting in the way of other things. And then we can do the tanks for each one of these, like, up here. Except I don't think we're going to put in a buffer tank for the light, because we want to get rid of that basically as soon as possible. And we use a chemical plant to make the solid fuel. So we'll just do that. And then, well, in the next one, we'll set up making the solid fuel and stuff. Okay, these are out of power. I need to get that moved over. Alright, so I'm going to go and get these made. I'm going to start with 4 of them like this, which is going to be, 16 distillation powers, and we'll see if we can keep up with that. And because it's tileable, we can always add more if we need to. So I'm going to go work on that, and I'll be back with you guys in the next one. And we should have a decent amount of cliff explosives made, so we can start on blowing up all the stuff down here and get it out of the way so we can start moving this over, because I really want to get my changeover done. Because we are just kind of running out of room and kind of stepping on myself with everything I do up here. Alright, so we have pipes, we need furnaces, which we have here. We don't need the bricks, and we don't need the beams. So we can just do this. That will take care of, and I am not making any more of the steam inserters. I'm actually trying to get rid of all the ones I have in places that aren't quite a big deal, because we can't use those to make anything else. So we'll just put an electric one in there, and then I'll just grab power from here and bring it up for right now. Alright, so that gives us our furnaces. The tanks are going to be a bit of a pain, because they're all the way down here, and the only place we have them going is into there. I could... not really, because I need that. Well, I need to get... Yeah, we could do that. So then I could do this. From there, I do kind of need a chest for these anyways, and that's not going to work because it ain't going to be able to grab that. But we could... Yeah, that's kind of right in the daggone way there. Maybe I'll wait to automate this completely once I get it to the new area. And we'll just get these made. Alright, so I'm just going to get these made, and it's not completely automated, but it's good enough for the moment. I completely forgot I had these. So I can actually bring these in from there. So that'll take care of that. And then we'll just have these come out into another wooden box right there. So the only thing I have to supply to this is the tanks. And if I really wanted to, it just takes iron and steel beams with pipes. We already have pipes here. And we have the steel beams here. I just have to bring the iron beams in for it, but I can supply the tanks without an issue. We are definitely going to have to make more of these unless we get a lot more speed from our assembler when we do that, but that's 11 of them already. We only need 16, so I'm going to go work on that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.